It's me, your little boy, K. Samson. I have this video to give us today, choosing ones. Listen, your enemies are not what absolutely smiling or laughing anymore. This is something that you need to know, choosing ones today, that they are not indeed laughing. They are seriously going through something that you can't believe. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, the table have turned. The table have overnight turned against them. Your enemy right now are seriously going through what they hope and believe, thought and expected you to go through. It's something so unbelievable that they can revise the case right now. They can't turn the case right now. It's obvious to them that everything which they plan that will come upon you have now, revised. That all that they meant for evil, God have now turned it against them. And they are not happy, they are not smiling, they are not laughing. They are not what happy with you because you are putting them to a shame. You have put shame on them. You have finally let them know that God is indeed God, that what God cannot do does not do what exists. You have finally put your enemy to a situation where their tears is flowing. The joy that was on them, the joy that they were earnestly having in plotting evil against you have now become their sadness. Their joy have now become their sadness. Simply means that all that they meant for evil is working for your good. Because none of their expectation nor their hope they are seeing, none of anything that they hope to see around you is exactly what they are seeing. So the table have turned overnight, and they are uncomfortable and they are frustrated because they never expect it. They never in their lifetime pray to see exactly what they are seeing. So your enemies are feeling the pain that they hope and expected you to feel by now. They are feeling it because the way they thought life will treat you is not the way it is. The way they were earnestly believing like life will treat you is not exactly the way life is treating you. The way they were earnestly believing that everything about you will end up like, everything about you will be like, everything concerning you will be like, is not the way it is. So your enemies are confused. They are seriously confused. They are accurately confused. You know what I'm saying? They are indeed accurately what confused. Why? Because the table have turned. And they can't hold it. They can't control it. They can't manipulate it. So their joy have now turned to tears. The joy of your enemies have now turned to tears. Now they have fully come to understand that the worst error that they made in their entire life was plotting evil on you. The worst decision that they take was rising up against you. So right now, all that they were hoping that will befell you is now something that have automatically befell them. All that they believe that will come upon you is not something that God have, automatically allow to befell them. It's automatically what God have now allowed to come upon them suddenly, adequately. So they are suffering and smiling. Your enemies are suffering and smiling, as I'm telling you, because what they have been hoping for is not what they are now seeing. What they have been expecting is not what they are seeing. So the table have turned for your own good, that they have now used their own hand to plot their own downfall, to set themselves up, to set themselves ablaze. So your enemies have now made the biggest error that you can name of. They have made the biggest error, because tables have turned. They were earnestly preparing it for you to fail. But God, guess what? God turned it around for your good. God made it for your good. God protect you. God secured you. God have done it. That all that they were earnestly believing that will befell you is what God have suddenly turned for your own good. Now they have fully come to realize that what God cannot do does not what exist. Remain blessed.